In this video, we're going to go over VPNs, what they are, how they work, and how to use them. Hi everybody, thank you for watching and welcome to StudioSec. Like this video if it's helpful, comment down below with your thoughts on VPNs, and subscribe for more content I'm posting every week. With COVID-19, companies have had to create remote infrastructure on the fly, especially if you're a small to medium-sized business owner and all of your employees worked on site. Well, shutdown can be a real problem if you don't have a remote infrastructure set up, but you're capable of it. Fortunately, you can create remote work infrastructure, and that's by using VPNs. VPNs can also be great for personal use. So if you're watching this just for personal security, continue watching. First, we need to just understand, what is a VPN? Well, a VPN is a virtual private network. And in order to describe what it is, we'll just kind of talk about how it works, and it'll make more sense, I promise. Basically, a VPN allows you to connect to another device and then have access to internal resources. Or if you're browsing the internet, it allows you to connect to a device and then use it as a proxy to handle web requests. Now let's kind of break this down. First, the user will authenticate at a VPN gateway. The VPN gateway handles all kinds of authentication requests from users, and based on their authentication, if they do have a user account or they do have permissions to use a VPN, it will assign them an internal IP address. Now, we're going to kind of talk about for personal and business use here in a second, but we'll just kind of table that. It assigns you a new address based on whether or not you've been allowed to authenticate into it. For instance, and we'll just get into it, if you're a business, then once you have that new IP address, it'll be a private IP address, and you will now have access to internal resources. These might be resources that you do not want connected to the internet, but you may need to have to connect to from the internet. So using a VPN gives you that access from outside of your work network to the internal resource. However, if you're wanting to use a VPN for personal privacy, then once you authenticate into a VPN gateway, then you can use the server as a proxy. And so on the internet, whatever site you're visiting will see the IP address of the proxy and not you. So it's a way to obfuscate your real identity online. Now, it needs to be made clear that this does not make you anonymous online, especially if you're using a kind of corporately available VPN to browse the web. Law enforcement may be able to use a warrant to get access to security logs on a VPN provider, and they'll be able to see exactly who you are and what you did using that VPN. So, again, do not use VPNs to break the law. It's not only illegal, but it's also unethical. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and break down for business purposes what VPNs can be used for. Well, like I said, VPNs allow you to have access to internal resources from the internet. And mind you, that connection is encrypted over the internet. So it's not an insecure connection. It requires users to authenticate to the VPN gateway, and this is a great place to use multi-factor authentication. And if you're not familiar with what multi-factor authentication is, it combines one of two different things. So it can be something you have and something you know. For instance, the user knows their password, but they may also have their cell phone. And on their cell phone, you may have them download an app like Duo or an app like that, which will send them a code, a unique code for their session, and they have to type that code in order to be authenticated to the VPN. That way, if an attacker is able to figure out the password of a user, they'll still not be able to get in because they probably don't have the user's cell phone. Now, for this, there are plenty of VPN options. For instance, there's Cisco and Comcast and several others that allow you to create a VPN environment for remote workers. Now, for personal use, this can be a great option, especially if you're traveling overseas where internet access is limited. VPNs not only allow you to browse the internet with a degree of anonymity, but they allow you to access internet locations that may not be available in a particular country that you're living in. How it does that is it connects you to a server in that country. So say you are in country A, and country A may block certain websites, then you can connect to a VPN in country B, and country B doesn't restrict web access. So as soon as you're able to authenticate into a VPN proxy in country B, you can access the wider internet. Options for personal VPNs can be NordVPN or ExpressVPN. They provide either free trial options or subscription options for multiple device coverage. Now, mind you, there are plenty of options out there for VPN usage. Again, if you're a business owner and you're trying to find a way to allow your workers to work remotely, then VPNs can be a great way for them to access internal resources from quite a distance away. If you are wanting to travel and you're wanting to use a VPN for personal reasons, then again, using certain apps can help you with that. Again, I want to make sure that I stress, be wise, ethical, and legal with your usage of VPN. Do not use a VPN to break the law. They will find you. So with that, like this video if it was helpful. Comment down below with your thoughts on VPNs. If you have a VPN service provider that you want to recommend to other people, then please comment with that. And subscribe for more content I'm posting every week. Thank you.